Would it surprise you to know that Bianca states that she has lost a sense of peace that she
went to my work multiple times. I had to hide in the dental ops. He chased me down Medina base with a knife, and then he told me he was gonna kill me.
State versus Tiffany Martinez. Can I have parties announced?
Jim Wheat from Ms. Martinez.
And are you Miss Martinez?
Yes, ma'am.
You entered a plea to count 2 of robbery. You entered a plea of guilty. Count 1 was waived without objection. According to the plea bargaining agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 6 years in the prison. There's a $2,000 fine. The state is opposed to your application for community supervision or deferred adjudication, and there's to be restitution, if any, to the complainant. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report?
Judge, I'm reviewing right now.
Defense, have you reviewed?
Yes, Judge.
Any objections to the PSI report?
No, Judge.
All right. Defense, do you have any witnesses?
I'm just Ms. Martinez, but first I'd like the court to review a couple of letters of support that I've shown to the state.
Is this the supplemental?
No.
Have you had a chance to review the supplemental report? And I can tell the both counsels, the court just saw the supplemental report, but the court has not reviewed the supplemental report. State, you're opposed.
Yes.
State, do you have witnesses?
No, Your Honor, just the evidence that was stipulated to.
All right. Defense, any other witnesses?
Yes, we'd call Tiffany Martinez.
All right. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Tiffany Martinez.
All
right. Defense, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Ms. Martinez, I want you to give the judge a little background on yourself, and then also to talk about this incident that you've been charged with, right? Now let's start with sort of your childhood growing up. How was your childhood? How would you describe them?
So I was in CPS. I was abused as a kid. I didn't have the best relationship with my dad. And so I was just back and forth with my mom, my dad, my grandma.
How was your dad? How did your dad act towards you?
It was abusive.
In what ways?
Yeah.
What else?
Verbally abusive.
Okay. How long did that last?
I think that was maybe about 5 years old up until I got taken away, which was 14.
When you were taken away, where did you go?
Went with my mom to live with my mom.
Did you live with your mom the rest of the way through school? And was that part at that time when you moved in with your mom, were things okay at that point?
Still trying to adjust.
What kind of adjustments were you making right then?
Trying to adjust to the new lifestyle, from being abused and I guess manipulated and stuff. And my mom's household wasn't like that, like my dad. So I was still trying to adjust to the change.
And I know you're very nervous, but just take your time and we'll answer these questions and go through it. Was your mom more strict on you than your father?
She wanted the best for me. She wasn't mean to me like my dad. She didn't abuse me like my dad. She was hard on me academically, and but she wasn't nothing like my dad.
Were you able to complete school?
I did, yes, early actually.
Where did you graduate from?
Southwest Academy.
After that, were you able to find a job and work?
I went to college, yes.
Okay. Where did you go to college?
Concord Career College.
And what did you get a degree in?
Dental assistant.
And then after that, were you able to get a job and employment?
Yes, I did.
Where did you start working?
Right in dental and orthodontics.
Now, at some point in here, I know that you got married.
We were in the process, yes.
Okay. And who is your husband? His name?
Santos Hernandez, but we're not like officially
Okay. How long were you two together?
since I was 14 years old.
And along the way, did you have children with Santos?
I did, yes.
How many children?
I have 3.
How was your relationship with Santos?
It's good. I lived with him like at 17, I would say. And we've been living together ever since. The relationship was always good.
Was there a point going back to 2022 and 2023 where you and Santos were not having a good relationship?
Yes, we were.
Okay. Why was that?
He was always gone, and our relationship kind of was fading as far as like there was no like affection or anything, and it was just kind of more like of a friendship at that point.
Were you working then?
I was, yes.
Where were you working?
I was still at, I was at Recess Dental.
Okay. And what were you were working as a dental assistant?
I was the lead dental assistant.
Okay. Now, during the course of that time period, that maybe 2021 through 2023, somewhere in that range, did you become acquainted with somebody named Roger Mims?
Did
Okay, and how did you meet Roger?
went to high school together.
And what kind of relationship did you have with Roger?
We were friends first, and then we pursued a relationship.
At that point, you were not with your husband. As you pursued the relationship, what kind of relationship developed with Roger?
It became very abusive. It became manipulative, scary,
Okay.
but not what it was, what I thought it would be.
When you say abusive, I know there's some very specific things that he did. Did he ever threaten you?
He did, yes.
How?
More than one time. He went to my work multiple times. I had to hide in the dental ops. He chased me down Medina base with a knife, and then he told me he was gonna kill me. And then there's just been multiple incidents where he's abused me, and because I tried to leave and he didn't let me.
Okay. Going all the way back to 2021, was there a time where he said he was going to blow the head off your baby daddy?
Yes,
Was there a time in 2022 where he assaulted you and threatened your life? Was there a time in 2022 where he stole your wallet and car?
yes.
Okay, describe that for me.
I was working out at the gym. I had called in to work that day because he told me he was gonna go to my job and embarrass me and flat in my tires and mess up my car. So I called in and I told my manager what was going on, and I took the day off. And I went to the gym. I was working out, and then he comes in and enters, and I'm hiding in the men's restroom. I didn't want to go into the girls because I was just more safer in the men's restroom. He then still trespassed into the gym and he got me. And then the members were trying to help and they called the police. And then I was outside in the parking lot and he beat me up, and he took my phone, my car keys, and my wallet. And he took off. And he took my house key.
Is there also a time in 2022 where he did flatten all your tires with a knife? Was there also a time in 2022 where you took a brick and busted out the driver's window on your car?
Yes.
How did that happen?
Said before, I couldn't never leave him, and every time I tried to, he would just threaten me, and he would actually do whatever he said he was gonna do. And so we lived close to each other, and he just followed. He got a brick, he followed me, and he busted my windows, and I had just gotten that vehicle.
Now, were there numerous other incidents with Mr. Mims?
Yes,
Were you aware that he had a long criminal history? at
I
that
did.
time? You do know that now after we've talked about your case?
Yes,
Now, going to the time of this incident, were you still with Roger?
we were not together, but I felt like I was just had the not so much of a relationship, but the communication for my safety, because he said that if I don't talk to him, that he's gonna still do all these things that he was doing to me. So we were still communicating, but we were not together.
So, on the day of this incident, how did you come to be with Roger?
I picked him up. Went to his house. And we were just talking about like everything that was going on, and as far as like my relationship with Santos. And Santos was supposed to be watching the kids that night. And he wasn't, so I vented to him.
At this point in your life, were you drinking
It was,
more than you should?
then I should,
And were you using any drugs?
sir.
None at all, not marijuana? Now, how did the drinking affect you?
It affected me because it became a bad habit. It was every day. I used it to numb from everything that I was going through in my life. And it was just, yeah, it was not a good habit.
Now, as far as this incident, the day this happened, how did it come up that this happened?
So I was with my friends that night. And like I said, Santos was supposed to be watching the kids at the house. We would take turns. And so I decided to come home early. It was like 10:30. And I noticed he wasn't there. So I was upset because I was like, okay, well, where are the kids? But they were with my grandma, and my grandma also lives at the house. So I picked up Roger, and I was just freaking out because, like, obviously, like I still had feelings for Santos, but we were not together.
Okay, how do we get to the point of this
This-
offense? Yes,
So Santos came home, and then another car pulled at the same time. So that vehicle was, I assumed, his girlfriend. So I followed her with Roger, and that's how we,
all right, so you thought this was his girlfriend.
yes.
So did you say, hey, Rogers, that's your girlfriend, let's follow her?
No, it was Santos.
Santos, did you
Yes.
say, hey, Santos, that's your girlfriend, I know that's your girlfriend, we're gonna follow her?
No, so Santos was already in the house. Santos pulled up the same time that other car did. So Santos was already inside. I was with Roger outside of my house. And we both saw the vehicle. And Roger's like, follow her, like, go, let's go. And I'm like, okay, well, let's go. And we followed her.
And then what happened?
We got off the vehicle, and I had told her, excuse my language.
Oh, no problem, I've heard it all.
Okay, I said I used Santos's bitch, and she was just like, who, like he, and then she swung on me first, and I was like, okay, well, we're gonna obviously fight. So we began fighting, and then we just fought, but
Where did the gun come from?
I didn't know there was a gun. until there was like 3 sessions of fights and we tried to break it up. And then on the third time, that's when Roger pulled out the gun and said, "I'm gonna kill both of you bitches." And he shot towards us. Well, he not towards us, but like, I don't know if it was up in the air or towards us or what, but it was shot. And then we both let go of each other and then we just got up and we left. And I grabbed her phone thinking it was my phone. And that's where the robbery came in.
Now, the police talked to you afterwards, right?
Did.
And you admitted to all of this stuff that you told the judge?
Did.
Admitted to the robbery at that point?
Yes,
Are you still here today to tell the judge that you know this was wrong?
it is wrong, yes.
Now, from this offense, from what you've pled guilty to, how have you lived your life since then?
I stopped drinking. No longer have contact with Roger and a lot of my friends that I had, I don't talk to anybody anymore. Try to do community work for the church that I go to and I help them. And change my life, even though like I'm in the situation that I am in. I still try to look for the best of it.
Okay. Over the course of the last, it's been more than 2 years, I believe.
Yes.
Have you had anything to drink?
In the beginning, yes, like fresh after the case, yes. But no, I don't drink
How did you stop?
because I was tired.
Tired of what?
Tired of drinking. I just wanted better for myself. And I didn't want to drink anymore. I was tired.
Have you using any drug?
No.
Okay. And since your release, you've been on the monitor the entire time?
The whole 2 years, yes.
If the judge were to give you a probation, a deferred probation that we're asking her for, what would be your next steps as far as seeking employment or handling things with your kids?
I would reapply for my dental license and I would try to go back to the dental field. I did do a lot of years in there, so I would try to do that and get back on my feet.
Where are you living right now?
What is Santos?
And are you both taking care of the kids?
We do this, mainly me, because he works and I can't work at the moment. It's been hard. So it's mainly me.
Now you have some family here in the audience. Can you
I
all
do.
stand up, please? Family in the audience? And who's here for you?
So I have my mom and I have Luis, which is my brother-in-law.
That's Santos's brother.
It is, yes.
They're both here in support and would like for the judge to consider probation for them, right? Is there anything else you want to tell the judge or explain about this happening or about your background in any way?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know if Bianca is here or if she's listening, but I am very sorry. I have prayed for her mentally and physically, and I am sorry. It was 2.5 years ago, but it doesn't matter how long it was. It still was done, and I do take responsibility for it. And I do plan on, if everything goes good, I do plan on getting back on my feet, going back to work and continuing my life because I did lose everything. Lost my car that night, the same night. I lost my job. I lost my freedom. I've lost money. I lost just literally everything within the 2 years. So from having everything to literally nothing, starting fresh, it's been hard mentally too. And I was on full house arrest where I couldn't even go to work to one point. So it was hard to adjust from having everything to nothing, from everything being taken away from you because of your own decision from my own decision that I made. And I'm fully aware of that. And also for my children, because, I wasn't at the right mindset at the time. I do know now, and it should not have taken me this long to realize, but I did come to a realization, and I love my kids and I would hate to be gone away from them that long. And I felt like at the time I was keeping them safe and pursuing this relationship because no matter what I did, he was always there, no matter if I wanted to leave or not. Like, I just felt like I didn't have any help. I mean, just to leave, like I was being threatened, I was being abused, like couldn't find a way out.
And are you still with him?
I'm not with him, no. So in a sense, I don't know if this is bad to say, but I'm kind of glad this happened because it's not happening anymore with him. So I'm free from him, not free from you guys, but I'm free from him. So I just want to be at home with my kids. My kids are just getting older. You know, I've missed baby showers, weddings, I've missed parties just because of being on house arrest, and it's been tough. It really has, and I've changed my life. I'm not half the woman I used to be. Was a girl, I'm a woman now, and I hope you take into consideration my children. They do need their mom, and you know, and I just want to tell Bianca, like, I have been very for her. I'm sorry, and I hope we're able to get past this. It's, you know, I've been waiting for this for 2 years, 2.5 years, so I'm ready.
All right. State any questions?
Yes, Your Honor. Okay, Ms. Martinez, so you have 3 kids, is
I
that
do.
correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what are their ages?
I have, like, I see.
You can, yeah.
Okay. I have a 5-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 9-year-old.
Okay, and so it's your testimony that on the date that this offense occurred, that you had left them with Santos so you could go out with your friends, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, where were you and your friends at before the offense occurred?
We were down the street. We all live pretty close. So
Okay.
my friend had like we just get together, some drinks and, you know, just to hang out.
Okay, and then you go back to Santos' house at around 10:30, is that what you said?
10:30, yes.
Okay, so I'm kind of confused on the timeline of your relationship. I'm hoping you can give me some clarity. So you testified that you and Santos began your relationship with each other when you were 14 years old. Is that correct? Okay, and about what year was that? Do you remember?
2012.
Okay, and then you guys break up when you're in 2021. Oh.
20.
Okay.
So yes.
But in 2021, you all are still living
We're still living
together.
together, yes.
Okay, and you're stating that you still had feelings for him at this time,
Yes.
correct? Okay, and so then you break up with you and Santos break up in 2021, and then you meet Roger Mims in
Mhm.
2020.
Like around there, 2021, like.
Okay, I'm sorry. Could you speak up so I could hear?
Yes, okay.
It's okay.
Yes, so we did meet, around 2021, maybe the end of 2021.
Okay. And so you did testify about the incidents that occurred with Roger Mims. And in fact, it got so bad that you even got a protective order against him in 2022. Is that correct?
Yes, I did.
And so that protective order was still in place when you decided to call him up in 2023 on the date of this offense, right?
Yes.
So while you had a protective order, you were still communicating with Roger Mims, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And so when we're talking about the night of the offense, you stated that you picked Roger up from his home, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I guess let me back up. So you arrive at Santos' house at around 10:30, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and then you see that Santos is not at his house, correct?
Yes.
And so then you decide to call up Roger Mims, is that correct?
It is correct.
Okay, and then you go to Roger Mims' house to pick him up, correct?
Yes.
And then you drive back to Santos' house, correct?
Yes.
And then at that time, you see that Santos is now back home, correct?
Yes.
And there's a white motor vehicle that's parked across the street, correct?
Yes.
And so you and Roger decide at that point, and I think when the detective spoke with you about this, you told the detective that you saw the white car outside and thought that it was Santos's bitch, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and so after thinking that, knowing that you still have feelings for Santos, but you're still commingling with Roger, you all decide to follow that white motor vehicle, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and so that white motor vehicle pulls up to a home, correct?
Yes.
And then you were in the driver's seat, correct?
I was driving. Yes.
Okay, and Roger Mims was in the passenger seat, correct?
Yes.
Where was the firearm during this time?
I don't know where he had it because I wasn't aware he had one.
Okay, but it was in the car with you, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and so you exit your driver's seat, correct?
Yes.
And at the time that you approach Bianca,
Mhm.
she's in her front yard, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and so it's your testimony that she swung on you first, but would it surprise you to say that she didn't? Would it surprise you that she says that she did not hit you first?
She could say what she wants, but I mean,
Okay, but notwithstanding that, you were on her property, correct?
yes,
And you guys enlisted in a fist fight, correct?
yes, ma'am.
And that fist fight left her with injuries, correct?
Yes.
Her lip was busted, correct?
Yes.
She had scrapes on her knees, correct?
Yes.
And it got so rambunctious that there was flip-flops spread across her front yard, correct?
I'm not too sure about that.
Okay. And then the fight spills over into the street, is that correct?
Yes.
And I'm sure that you've reviewed the discovery, but there's a Ring doorbell camera that was turned over from a
Yes.
neighbor, correct?
Yes.
And in that Ring doorbell camera, you can hear Bianca saying, "Please stop." Do you recall that?
Yes.
Did you stop when she asked you to?
She wasn't telling me to stop. She was telling the other person.
And who's the other person?
Roger.
Okay, and what was he doing at that time?
I don't know what he was doing.
Was he curb stomping her at the time, or did he have the
Uh,
firearm out at the time?
I think he was curb stomping her.
Okay.
Cause I was already in my car.
Okay. And then after that, you all get back into the motor vehicle, you get back into the driver's seat, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and Roger gets back into the passenger seat, correct?
Yes.
And at this time, you have Bianca's purse and her cell phone, correct?
I only have her cell phone.
Okay, but at one time, you or Roger had possession of her purse, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and regarding the cell phone, you stated when you were speaking with your attorney that you believed that it was your phone, is that
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Okay, and do you recall when the detective went to Santos' house to speak with you?
Yes.
Okay, and do you recall telling the detective that you took Bianca's phone and bag and then gave it back to her, but then she took a picture of your license plate and then you took the phone again? Do you recall that?
No.
Okay, well, would it surprise you if that's contained on the detective's body-worn camera?
Yeah, because I'm the one who told him where her phone was.
Okay, well, let's get to that. All right.
Okay.
So then after Roger points the firearm at Bianca, do you recall that?
No, I didn't see him point anything. I just heard it.
Okay, you heard him discharge the firearm.
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay, and then you all enter your motor vehicle and drive off, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and
Steve, can I say something?
go.
So it wasn't just at Bianca, it was also at me too. We were both in the street.
Okay,
So the firearm was toward both of us.
that's fair. But moving on, you all flee the scene, correct?
Yes.
And you toss the cell phone knowing that it belongs to Bianca, right?
No, so we got into an accident right literally after that because Roger, he pressed my foot down and he hit another vehicle. So he's like, give me the phone, and at that time I knew that it was a gun because obviously it went off. He threw the gun and the cell phone, so I don't know where it was, but I told the officer where the accident occurred and the area that we hit the other vehicle, so that's how the officer recovered it.
Okay, that is correct. So the cell phone was recovered in the
Okay.
area of the crash.
Yes.
Okay, now I want to talk to you about the crash because
Okay.
it was a pretty serious crash, right?
Yes.
And you were driving the vehicle, correct?
Yes,
And he was in the passenger seat, right?
Yes.
And so it was so serious that the police had to be dispatched, right?
Yes.
Okay, and you're aware that those police officers had body-worn cameras,
I
right?
do, yes.
Okay, and so you remember that after the crash occurred, Roger's hugging on you and kissing on you and filling on your buttocks after you all just committed this offense. Do you recall that, right?
I don't.
You don't? Okay, but if it's on the body-worn camera, that's not fabricated, is it?
If it's on the body camera, no, it's not that, but I don't recall that.
All right.
We literally just got into an accident, so
Okay,
we're
that's
both
fair.
hurting.
And so when Roger was arrested for this offense, you were still communicating with him while he was in the Bear County Jail, correct?
When he was arrested, he didn't call me from jail or anything. I didn't know he got arrested until he didn't get arrested for like a whole year later.
Mm-hmm. And so it's your testimony that he didn't call you from Bear County Jail?
Not that I recall, no.
Okay.
I would get text messages from him, like text now or like fake phone numbers because his number was blocked, but I don't remember getting a call from him from jail, no.
Okay. And so you've told this court that it's been hard for you to adjust from being on ankle monitor. And I do appreciate that you realize that that's all because of the personal decisions that you made.
Yes, ma'am.
But I want to ask you, Judge, may I see that supplemental report? That, would it surprise you to know that Bianca states that she has lost a sense of peace that she once had since
Judge,
this offense?
We're going to object to this line of questioning. It's not proper impeachment. And the judge, you have the facts and the statement right before you.
All right. The objection will be overruled. You may ask your next question.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you, you have told this court that it's been hard for you to adjust. You understand that it's been hard for Bianca to adjust from this offense occurring against her, correct?
Yes.
And do you think that's fair that she has to deal with those things and go to therapy and relive this? Do you think that's fair?
No, it's not.
Okay, we pass the witness here.
All right, any follow-up questions?
No further questions, Judge.
All right. This is what the court will do. After reviewing everything and hearing the testimony, the court will find you guilty. The court will sentence you to a $2,000 fine. Time and money will run concurrently. 6 years in the prison. Give you credit for any time served. There's restitution of $940 to Gonzalez. The court will order the removal of the GPS. And there's also to be no contact with Roger Mims and Santos Hernandez. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
This document that we signed for us.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. And counsel, I'll request the therapeutic community to address any issues. All right, is there anything else?
No, Judge.
All right, thank you. Good luck to you.